years on the south side, and this room was Mrs. Baker's room, and she was a math teacher, but this was actually my homeroom in 7th grade. And right there is the spot actually where her teeth fell out. So, right over there. And her desk was up there. One of the fonder memories I have of school. All from Mrs. Baker's room. Miss Prendergast's math class. But it was a wonderful class. Again, Miss Baker's room is room 208. We'll look at go back in for a second. I like these chalk trays along the base of the blackboards. All these schools had just incredible attention to detail when they were built. And there was even a little hole here so that when they cleaned out, they could get the chalk to fall out. There's a panorama here. This is Miss Baker's room. Here's the staircase. This is the south staircase going down. You see the window. And we'll go down the staircase. And at some point we'll try to get down to the gym. Oh, there are these steel doors that separate the Wilber school from the main school, or from the high school. So, standing in front of the locker room, and here's the gym, and you can see that during basketball games, if you were a spectator, the only place that you could sit was up there on that little walkway up there, and the cafeteria was there, and Mr. Jackson's shop was back over there. Do we remember Mr. Jackson's shop?
Absolutely.
Nice.
I'm trying to remember what I made in that class.
You could only made one or two things.
What, a magazine rack or an ashtray or something?
A magazine rack was one of them, and some little kind of end table or something. So.
I think I made a little planter or something.
And here's the locker room to the.
Check out the locker room.
Huh?
I'm gonna check out the locker room.
And that Bobby G, and I still won't say his name, and I. Here are the showers.
That's the gym. I think there's a home ec room. Based on the equipment that's in there, I think it was home ec.
But yeah, I think the kitchen was back there.
Okay.
So
Did you used to eat in the?
We ate in there in the gym.
In the gym. Okay. I wasn't sure.
So here's the boys' locker room, and actually you can see some of these locker baskets still here. I don't know what kind they use today, but I don't know if we use those. But we use these lockers, and up here it says boys, actually. So, and this was the shower. This is where I first got athlete's foot, and and Mr. Hall was the gym teacher. So, and that door just goes right up to the main corridor again, right? That's the way
if you take that stairway up, you're at the end of that downstairs, the main floor.
Boiler room, and looking down in.
Now, is this in the girls' locker room, or is this?
Yeah, I don't remember the girls. Wow, look at the furnaces, and I don't remember being in here as a kid. So I don't know why. I mean, the high school I was plenty of times, but yeah, I don't remember this room at all. Like some kind of a sump pump or something. PB. Let's see what this stuff is.
This is just a storage.
Powdered hand soap, PVC 100. Is this what you were seeing upstairs?
Yeah.
The barrage?
I don't know where the light switch
You got the Radio Shack TRS-80 computer. So obviously this was a big jump for over us. And here's a pump that was used to inflate. Well, it could have been used to inflate bicycles. Over here they have a bicycle tire fitting, but it also could have been used to inflate the balls that we use for gym. Back of the door, let's see if we can light it up a little bit more. That we take pictures on the outside. This is facing east. And this was the door, the original Wilber School door, I believe. Of the school, we see above the main entrance and some of the work, the cement work, the detail, the columns. Of course, this is the newer part of the school. And over here also inside the auditorium and the gym. And then of course you see up here where the railings have fallen off. You get to see some of the detail on the windows. About like banisters and I say who you are and what you've just seen. And
Milton Mahler, class of 65. Lots of memories.
And what year were you in this school, or what years were you in this school?
Say 59
to
61. Can't say my mind remembers all of that. The biggest thrill is being in the girls' locker room.
You mean you were never in the girls' locker room when you went to school here?
Wish I were.
Never, huh?
Was now. Only disappointment, no girls.
Yeah. And Jeff?
Jeff Coughlin. I was here in the same years, 1959 to 1961. Quite a memory trip to go in here, and it's also quite a shame to see the condition that the building is in. Quite torn up inside. Don't know if it could ever be salvaged, but it was quite a journey. I especially enjoyed the auditorium, which really looks a lot like it did in those days. Not anywhere near as much destruction in there. So I remember a lot of assemblies in there and so on. Had a chance to see my old homeroom from 7th grade and 8th grade. Remembered certain teachers that were in certain rooms. So it was quite impressive.
What's really amazing, some of the old books, they have some unbelievable treasures in there. Too bad someone can't just go through and pick them up for 30.
Well, I'm not sure.
Third grade books.
I'm not sure that those books that we looked at, those textbooks, are from our time, because afterwards, my daughter went here in the 1980s and the early 1980s, and it was an intermediate school. And which it was, I think, 5th, 6th, and 6th grade, or 4th and 5th grade, or something like that. And I think that some of those textbooks may be from then, and then some of them were just dumped here by the school department. So I don't know that the textbooks that we used are actually there.
I always wanted to sit down and learn how to spell again.
Yeah, well, I wanted to sit down and learn how to spell for the first time. So.
I know some of the rooms would change as far as their use, like what we had thought of as being in our shop with Mr. Jackson, apparently became the kitchen for serving in future years, based on the equipment that is in there. And some of the other rooms have been rearranged a little bit, but basically it's the junior high I remember from 40 plus years ago.